A very good morning to all. Today we are going to summarize a particular task 2 question which is available on the screen, and this was reported 11th of October 2021. Very recent question. Because many children are not able to learn foreign languages, schools should not force them to learn those. To what extent do you agree or disagree? So this is the particular question that we are going to discuss. This is an opinion question. There is an opinion. The opinion is like that. Many school children are not able to learn foreign languages. Because they are not able to learn foreign languages, school should not force them to learn those things. To what extent do you agree or disagree? Do you agree or disagree? Now I can say you can agree in one way, that it should not be forced. It is the personal freedom of the students. You can disagree. Yeah, it is relevant. We need to have multiple languages in your, it will be always helpful. So you can prove in either way. And we have a third option. I can't completely agree. I can't completely disagree. I just somewhere agreed halfway. You can do that. So many students, many of the candidates, they tend to agree to a great extent or to disagree to a great extent. Here we have given an opinion in such a way that my opinion is I tend to agree to these critics, except in case of teaching children the popular global languages. Now, this is the first particular sentence of the introduction. The topic is addressed here. Criticisms arise. There are people who oppose schools which compel their students to learn foreign languages. There are opposers, or the people who oppose this thing. First of all, I agree to this thing. I agree that it is not fair to compel students to learn foreign languages. I don't agree. But there is an exception, except in case of teaching children the popular global languages. Yes, foreign languages, if it is not global, then it becomes less significant in the global scenario. If it is a global language, it is mandatory for a student to learn it at school, but it is not having a global significance. And if you want to go to that particular country, to migrate to that particular country, you can learn this thing at a later period of your age. You can say after your qualification, you can do that. So we should not compel students to do such things. See, for example, if you want to go to some particular remote area, you are planning to live there for the rest of your life. If you want to learn that particular language, so it is not mandatory for you to learn at school. You can learn it later. But when it comes to a global language like English or Mandarin or French, it becomes mandatory. Many schools they compel students. They force students to learn these things. They have options in many schools. Second language, English. The second language, French. Second language, Spanish. Second language, Mandarin. So these are the popular languages which can play a very crucial role in the global communication sector. So we can exclude those languages and we can say, I agree. I don't agree to force children to learn unnecessary languages, because the first reason is that they have additional burden. They already have burdens. So they can perceive things in a far easier way, they can perceive things in a far easier way in their own language and than in a foreign language. It's a fact that today school students have numerous activities. They do have numerous activities, and they have academic activities, non-academic activities. And when this comes, it becomes a burden for them. So it becomes a burden for students. It becomes a burden for students to learn a foreign language at schools. As far as they are comfortable with their own language, they should be allowed to do so. The second reason is that they don't have interest. Most of the students, they don't have interest. And if you teach students languages if they don't have any serious interest in that, they just learn it and forget it. It won't be that much effective. In addition, in most schools to teach foreign languages, there would not be native teachers to teach those. So you don't be having a native English speaker in the schools which teach English. You don't have a Mandarin native to teach Mandarin in such schools. So this will be inappropriate. The teaching would be inappropriate. However, the world is becoming a global village, that seeing this thing, the world is becoming a global village. The significance of global language is becoming greater. Global language significance is becoming greater. The world is becoming, it is coming under one umbrella. And when we have this global, when we have this world coming under one global umbrella, we have the significance of global languages going up. And it becomes the need of the students to learn such languages if it is not their mother tongue. For example, English, Spanish, French, Mandarin are taught to qualified professionals. Qualified professionals, many qualified professionals such as engineers, doctors, nurses are taught these languages after they have their qualifications. Why they need this qualification? Why they need the language is because of the communication barrier. So such communication barrier should have been avoided earlier, at an earlier stage. So it would have been easier if such education was given to them at an earlier stage at school. So French or English or Mandarin, whatever it is, if it was taught at an earlier stage at school, it would have been beneficial. That's what we have said. And we can conclude. To conclude, though many students face some difficulties in learning foreign languages, it is always good to teach them languages which are expected to play crucial roles in global communication sector, as the same way science and math are taught at schools. So we have said, even though students face some difficulties in learning foreign languages, it's good to teach them languages which are expected to play crucial roles in global communication sector. As the same way science and math are taught at school. So how science and math are taught at school, the same way you have to teach these types of languages which are expected to play crucial roles in global communication sector. So we have given a clear-cut answer to this particular question. So the question is clear. By the time we reached the conclusion, it became very clear. It was well explained in the body paragraph, 2 paragraphs. We have said why criticisms are there against the school's move to teach foreign languages, and what is the exceptional case. Languages which are of global significance have to be taught. Both these things are arranged, and we have got a clear-cut summary at the end. Thank you all.